Hey, um, now I know it says I've already done this championship. That's because I did briefly touch upon it in my car reveal video. Um, Basically, I did record it, I've already done it, and the video corrupted, and it was pretty much unwatchable. So, unfortunately, I'm going to have to do it again, but because I've already done the championship, I can't win the car again. But the car I did win, as you can see in the left hand corner, is a Renault Sport Clio V6 RS. And I think I commented last time saying that, if I remember correctly, that's one of the best sounding cars in the game. So yeah, I am going to do the championship again, obviously because you guys haven't seen it. I've already done it, but it doesn't matter. I'll do it again. Yeah, I've been getting I don't know if anyone saw, I got a really bizarre comment on the McLaren F1 video. Someone basically said he's reported my channel because I'm a small YouTuber with not many followers, which to be honest is the most absurd reason I think I've ever found for someone being reported. Obviously I'm not taking it seriously, because even if he does report me, which he claims he has, what are YouTube going to do about it? Because normally when you report someone, you have to give YouTube like a reason as to why you're reporting them. What's he going to tell them? Oh, he's got a small amount of subscribers. YouTube are going to be like, okay, and PewDiePie had a small number of subscribers once, but you know, he's one of the most successful YouTubers of all time. You know, Mr. Beast had like a few subscribers back when he started. Oh, he's one of the richest YouTubers ever. So I'm not. Don't get the wrong idea. I'm not suggesting I'm going to end up being as rich or as popular as PewDiePie and Mr. Beast, but you know, they started somewhere. They had 12, 11 subscribers at some point. I mean, I've got crap. Oh, I damaged my car. No, you see, that's that didn't happen last time. Normally, I'll give over. Normally the racing line in this game is pretty accurate as to like corners you need to brake for. I mean, sometimes it's a bit dramatic, like it tells you to brake for corners that you can take flat in pretty much any car. But yeah, I mean, I know it's weird because normally I don't use the racing line in games, but I don't know, this one I feel if I'm in first person view, I find it's a lot easier to judge the corner when you're in first person. But when you're in third person, it's quite difficult. At least for me, anyway. I don't know if anyone else finds that. So, and because this game obviously doesn't have a first person view, as you can see, I have to make do with third person, which means I use the line because I don't want to crash, even though I already did twice. So this is the Wings West Civic. We won it for doing the low power event, I think. Yeah, won it for doing that. This is an okay car. I mean, it's probably, I think it's one of the slowest C-class cars in the game. But yeah, so don't use it for C-class events if you're expecting it to be actually competitive, because it won't be. You'd be better off with the Mugen for that, which, to be honest, the Mugen does actually look very similar to this. It's the same. I mean, the default colour is the same. The body kit is very similar. If you park them next to each other, at a quick glance you wouldn't be able to tell the difference, but the Mugen is a lot faster than this. That's actually the fastest C-class car in the game, so they are both the same class, but they are not comparable to each other at all. I've had the car for just over a week now. Nothing to report so far. The CD player might be an issue, because apparently all the ones that I might have to get an aftermarket one, because all the ones from other Citroen C4s you need a code, and 9 times out of 10 the seller doesn't have the code. So yeah, I could get it, but it won't work. Well, it will work, but it will beep at me, and that'll get really annoying. So, yeah, I don't want that. So I might have to get an aftermarket. I do have an aftermarket one that I had in my very first car, like 5 years ago. But I don't know if it still works, because my second car, it had like a custom shape, like a CD player built specifically for that car. So if I put my one in it, it would have looked silly, because there would have been a big gap around it. So I didn't bother. But I've still got the CD player. I just haven't been able to use it for about 4 years. So I have no idea if it worked when I took it out, but I have no idea if it still works. It's been in a box in my room for about, well, the last 4 years. So if, it's got a damper tool, 400 credits. Let's see how. Yeah, so if it got a damper or anything, there's a chance it might not work. Although, being in the box, I can't see why it wouldn't work. I'm just trying to have a look at the recording, see if it's like lagging at all. Obviously, I can't do that while I'm playing it, but it's I do worry, because if this one corrupts as well, I'll have to do it for a third time, and I can't be arsed. I mean, I know, like, back in the early days of this channel, I did used to, like, if it corrupted badly, I'd just start the whole game again. But I feel like I've got quite a bit of progress now. I don't want to start the whole game again. I mean, I don't really feel the need that you have to see me win the car. I mean, as long as I tell you what it is. I mean, the game tells you what it is anyway, so I don't see how it makes a difference. But I mean, it's part of the experience, I guess. But yeah, they always go really slow on that corner. That's a very difficult corner to take, actually, because if yeah, you have to get you can take it flat in most cars, but you have to get the steering input absolutely perfect, because if you steer a tiny bit too early or too late and mess the angle up, it's going to be very bad. Yeah, I mean, I think I've done this track before. I think I did it in the Asian Open in the Subaru. The recording's looking fine from what I can see. I mean, I'm casually glancing over while I'm playing, which is probably not the best idea, but it's to be fine, so I think we'll be okay. I've noticed if I do more than 2 of these videos, that's when it starts to struggle. I don't know why. Because the thing is, there's plenty of storage on my PC, so I don't know what the problem is. But if I have too many videos saved on my hard drive, any videos I record, they just gradually get worse. I don't know if there's like a really simple fix for that. I don't know. I mean, I've got like 120 gig of storage space, so I mean, these videos take like 3 or 4 gig for about 20 minutes. So I think, yeah, it's about 4 gig. So it's about 1 gigabyte for 5 minutes. Which I know it's not, but if I had 20 gig left, I'd understand. But I have 120, so I could at least do like 6 of these videos with the storage I've got. Oh no, I'm not going to do way more than that. Yeah, I could do about like, I don't know, like 60 of them. I could do about 60 of them. Based purely on storage, I could do about 60. But for some reason, it won't allow me to do that many, because if I do more than 2, the third one will just come out like a dog's turd, it just... I mean, I think I did have one video once which was a little bit corrupted, but it wasn't like unwatchable. It was just like every now and then it would just like skip a tiny bit. But that was borderline. I mean, I did stress that in the comments of the video, but that was the second time I recorded that one, and I really didn't want to do it again. So I just said, I'll leave it and just have this as a lemon. But yeah, I mean, this one that I did was really bad. Like, it was skipping ahead, but like it was missing out several words of that I was saying. So like it sounded like I was just saying random words because it would skip so far ahead that you would miss like 3 to 4 seconds of the video. And in the actual racing, like, I'd go be round a corner, then it would stop, and then I'd be like 3 corners ahead, and it's like, it was really bizarre. But yeah, I mean, it was just irritating because the sound was still playing in the background, but the footage was, so quite often the sound and the footage weren't synced up, and I absolutely hate when that happens. I don't know if anyone else is the same, but I can't stand it when that happens. I really can't. Right, we've got one race left to do. At least I'm going to get a bit of extra money by having to do this championship again. That's always good. I like money. I like it in the game. 276,000, I think that said. Microphone is on, isn't it? That'll be annoying. It is. The bar's moving, so it should be. My phone keeps going off. I don't know. Instagram. I hardly use Insta, to be honest. I don't even know why I still have it. I think it's one of those apps that you keep telling yourself that, oh, I should delete it because I don't use it, but then when you actually go to delete it, it's like, oh, but I might see something on there, then you end up keeping it, and then it just goes around in circles. Same with TikTok. I've got that. I hardly use it, but my partner sends me videos on there, so if I deleted it, she wouldn't be able to send me things. And that's the number one rule, isn't it? If your partner sends you that happened in the last video. I knew that was going to happen. Oh, now you see what you've done now. Bloody Volkswagen drivers are Nazis. That's true in 2 ways, actually. I've got the Saab. I really like those, but I always worry, like, you know, because they don't exist anymore, how easy are they to fix? But see, now I'm going to have to try and get past him on a track I'm not very good at in a front wheel drive car, which would normally be fine, but I mean rear wheel drive would probably be worse. But way, don't be doing that, lad. Yeah, I did unlock another event because I've reached level 50. I did unlock another event in the point to point, but it's another one that I will need a car later on. So I mean, I'll win one later on, so I'll just use that. But yeah. Whoa! Don't be doing that. My dogs are barking. Whoa, 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 sorry, I'm sorry. Well, actually, I'm not sorry. You did that to me on the first lap, so it's your own fault, you swat. This is a nice car, quite a nice car to drive. I prefer the aero gear, I mean, I know this is quicker, but the aero gear Integra is probably the best all-round car. It's very, very pleasant to drive. You know, it doesn't really have any major flaws. I mean, obviously it's not the fastest D-class car in a straight line. I believe the Mark II RX-7 is. I mean, partly because it's rear-wheel drive, it's faster off the line, but the horsepower is about the same, so the Integra doesn't really get like the extended benefit of like, oh, once it speeds up, it catches up, sort of thing. Yeah, I'm apologise if you can hear my dogs, by the way. I don't know, I think they're outside. So, yeah, I can apologise if you hear them. You just shoot them, and I don't particularly want to do that, so... you're just going to have to live with it. We have to, so... Well, I don't know what their problem is. Anyway. Dogs are one of those things you kind of love and hate them at the same time. You know, they're very lovable animals and they're very cute and whatever, but they are bloody annoying. Especially when they feel the need to bark at absolutely everything. Bird, bark. Knock at the door, bark. Fireworks, bark. Although I agree with the fireworks, I might bark at fireworks as well. Yeah, I mean these I mean, isn't there someone who like created silent fireworks? So like they still look pretty, but they don't make any real noise. I mean, I don't know how they're probably really expensive, but why can't these like big companies use them? Because it's not just dogs. Also, what about like people? Oh crap, children and people with like sensory issues and stuff. Like especially like, 'cause I know a lot of autistic children have like very, you know, like, they don't like loud noises and stuff. Like me and my sister were like that when we were younger. You know, we hated loud noises, but the yeah. So, but then yeah, I don't know. And even like, this might sound a bit silly, but like even like people who are in the war and stuff, who might have PTSD, hearing the banging might bring memories back for them. You know. But if they went to Iraq or something, or whatever. 300... For what? Oh, that was when the Nazi hit me on the first lap. Probably, I don't know. Well, that's that one done. I'm not going to win the Clio again. But you know that I win the Clio because I told you, and because it says there. Yeah, so next video will actually be this one. Yeah, so I'm going to end this one here, but I'm going to record this one like immediately afterwards. So yeah, I will see you next week. Thank you everyone for all the nice comments I've got recently. It really does boost me up a bit, especially after that very bizarre one I got. Excuse me. I will see you next week, so bye.